I'm pretty sure I made this video a while ago, but I think it's always good to get a refresher and maybe a new perspective on certain topics. So, do you need to go to school, university, college, etc. to get good and successful at photography and videography? So one of the first key points I think is beneficial to talk about is, especially in university, college, or any type of schooling where people are congregating, you're going to get more connections. You're always going to be able to talk to people more. You're going to have a mutual interest, and you're probably going to find someone who is going to be able to work with you or at least push you in a different direction. So for example, for me, I usually am shy, maybe like the first year, the first couple of months even, of going there. I've just always been like that. But as you get comfortable, as you actually put yourself out there, you end up joining a lot of different clubs of various different things, whether it's related to photography or not. But those things can indirectly relate, where you are taking pictures of a bunch of different things, and it could be something as simple as like you're taking headshots for a biology society, or you're taking an event photo for a fashion show. There's different things I have done like that, which have helped me go into different experiences that are really awesome, that I think it's worth noting when you go to university, college, etc., because they end up providing that experience, and it's at not a very risky scale because these are all students as well. So many people are still going to be very, forgiving of things that are not as good, or, having limited equipment, limited budget, etc. So it's a pretty good opportunity in my opinion. Now, the next up is one that can be argued in some ways, is it's a lot of money. Now, with some of the schooling, especially if you're going to university, some of these programs can be ridiculously expensive, and then you end up with student debt. You end up with a lot of stuff that you don't really need to do necessarily. While it is a traditional thing where people think that going to university, college, higher education is useful, which it kind of is, but you don't need it. And that's going to lead me to my next point. For photography, videography specifically, or most creative stuff, you can kind of learn off of YouTube, off of the internet. And I'm not saying that this necessarily validates certain things, but you can get validation by doing certain courses online to get certificates, to get things where it propels you in a different way compared to going to do this stuff in person or quote unquote remotely on university sites, etc. And just because of the thing that happened a couple of years ago where we all got shut down, these things have changed as well, where you can actually do full-on university courses online. And I think sometimes even they're cheaper because you don't have to go and use the facilities and different things. But again, like, you have options as well. So there's kind of like a mixed bag here where you are getting the benefit of both, but you also have to realize that you don't have to go to a higher education, quote unquote, because you are able to get pretty good knowledge from most people. Like photography, honestly, I learned a lot from YouTube and things. I barely took any classes, but that's something that I had genuine interest in. I pursued it on YouTube and on social media, and it made me learn so much. And to this day, I still do that same method of like learning things from other people, other creatives who have had better experiences, have different experiences. That has led me to different routes as well. So I actually want to gather some more points. So I actually looked at Google a little bit for this. So one of them that Google actually mentioned was structured learning. And I think, again, this is a mixed bag where you can get structured learning on courses online, and you can also do this through courses through higher education. And I think that's something that you can go and really decide what works for you, what works for your budget, what works for your time. And that will help you advance whichever way you feel is necessary. And last but not least is one that you are going to actually benefit if your university or college offers it, is co-op opportunities. I know that getting these things are going to be hard, especially in the job market. It's kind of hard to get these opportunities. So if your university offers it and it's almost like guaranteed to get it, or it's very easy to get it, that's going to be extremely valuable, because trust me when I say the job market is going to be hard, and much harder when you don't have some work experience. So having that in your bag is going to be so useful. And I think that could potentially be worth all the stuff I mentioned about university and stuff, and how it can be good but can be bad. Like, I think that's something that will potentially shift many people to the other way, because co-op opportunities are extremely valuable, especially nowadays, because going and doing something in the workplace is worthwhile more than pretty much anything, I think. Now, I'm saying you can't do this on your own, but I just think, especially if you don't have the connections, if you don't put yourself out there as much, you're going to have a harder time to do it. So I think doing this and doing it through university, college will make your life a little bit easier. But that being said, if you're really outgoing, you're really able to do stuff like that, then you might be fine without having to do co-op opportunities and go to university college for that. So that being said, that's kind of my opinion, maybe a little bit everywhere on this video, but so I really hope you enjoyed that video, got some value. If you want to see another cool one, be sure to check out this one over here, or check out the channel right over here. And if you want to hit me up on social media, ask any questions, or provide video ideas, then it's gonna be somewhere on screen. Just hit me up, and I'd love to interact with some of you. And thanks for watching. Hope to see you next video. Peace.